And hello, everyone, and welcome back to Conversations Live and Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. We're excited to welcome recording artist Jay Brown to our broadcast today to talk about the year that's been 2023, the success of his album, The Art of Making Love, and of course, the success of his new single, My Whole Heart. If you guys are not following Jay Brown online, we will let you guys know how to do that, as well as how you can support the music. Jay, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me. How's your day going?
Man, doing really good, man. You've had quite the 2023. So I'm very excited to be able to talk to you. A lot of great things been happening with you. First of all, have you had a chance to kind of reflect on this year and all the great things that's been happening for you?
Yeah, I've been doing some reflective thinking, and I'm just thankful, man, considering the consistency,
Hmm.
the path that my team and I have been on, and it's definitely a blessing. Living the dream, living, serving a purpose. A purpose that not only helps me evolve as a person, but it helps my evolve as people as well. Because the music I'm putting out is love music. It's inspiring music. It's the type of music I grew up on. So 2023 has definitely been a been a blessing.
Yeah. Let's talk about what you just mentioned there, Jay, and that is a consistency. I think for a lot of people, they would definitely, if they've been following you for any, considerable amount of time, they would have noticed that. How much of your success you contribute to that? The fact that, yes, you're very talented, but the fact that you have been consistent on this path, how much do you think that's contributed to your success?
Um, I would say probably, yeah, it's definitely like consistency has definitely helped me out a lot. I'll say
Yeah.
that. I
Okay.
mean, because obviously without it, I wouldn't be on this path. You have to stay consistent as it relates to anything that you want in life. So for me, in terms of music, knowing that I've put out consistent top 10 Billboard charted records just about every year,
Yeah.
it's definitely something to be proud of. So,
Right.
you know, it's the reason why I'm in this position.
Exactly. So, with that being said, talking about the art of making love, of course, that is the album that's out now. Of course, it's what's given birth to My Whole Heart. When you were kind of crafting the music for this project, Jay, did you know you had something special?
I did because it came directly like from my heart, my team's hearts. It was a collaborative effort. But we put a lot of time and energy into this album versus the previous one I put out. It was just more so it's just throwing songs out there on the
Hmm.
previous album.
Hmm.
But this current one, The Art of Making Love, we actually, from a structural standpoint, we very strategically mapped everything out. And I don't know if you've heard it yet, or have
Hmm.
you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, yeah. So from start to finish, it's kind of a story. It's a process. A lot of people hear the title and they assume it's about having sex, and it's actually the opposite. It's more so going through those layers to
Hmm.
get to the point of actually having a sustainable relationship. So I'm just trying to show people through songs what it takes and how you should go about properly courting a woman before getting to that next level or making it to that next level. So it's just if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I think it's definitely worth the listen.
Right. And that not only have I heard the music, Jay, one of the things I do as the nerd that I am, I especially with the new single, My Whole Heart, I was looking at the comments and I thought was really interesting on the video that's on YouTube. So definitely for our audience, I know those who are watching us, you guys are going to be seeing a clip of that video here. But what I thought was really interesting was what some of the guys had to say about that, Jay. And I wanted to ask you about that because one guy in particular, and we're going to have the comment up here, he basically was saying it's so good to see guys say the things that we should be saying to ladies, right? Letting them know how they make us feel and also how we feel about them. Is that something you've been hearing in person from guys? As they've been hearing the music, of course the ladies are gonna like it, but also the guys saying, you know what, this is the kind of thing that we need to be saying more of.
Well, you know what? I mean, I've heard it from a few guys, and by a few, I'm referring to maybe like two to three.
Okay.
But at least there's some. It's registering with some men.
Yeah.
Maybe more. I mean, I'm just going off the ones who've approached me, but
Sure.
more so the women. The women, they appreciate the lyrics. They appreciate the album. Exactly knowing what I'm trying to do in terms of bringing love back into the equation. So I'm sure there's other men who, like you said, you saw a comment where someone stated they appreciate the fact that I'm doing that.
Mhm.
But I haven't received enough of that from men. Just but I'm sure it'll be more. Or
Right,
hopefully.
right. Well, definitely the song is everywhere. So if our audience have not checked it out yet, you definitely want to make sure you do that. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, you either are watching Cyrus Webb Presents or listening to Conversations Live. We appreciate you guys being with us. Recording artist Jay Brown is our guest. For this segment, we're talking with him about his year, but also, of course, the new album and, of course, the single, of course, that has everyone talking right now. You mentioned Billboard. So I want to talk about that for a second, Jay, because I think the other thing is, yes, you are getting the critical acclaim there. I want
Hmm.
to talk about your own personal success. I mean, at this point in your career, when you kind of think about what makes Jay Brown happy, right, in this career, has that changed for you over time, or has it always been just being able to create great music and find people who enjoy that music?
Um, what makes me happy, yeah, obviously is music. Things that I like legitimately care about and love. My kids, I have two beautiful children whom I absolutely adore. They inspire me. Music inspires me. Um, Love in general inspires me. I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm one of those guys who's like, constantly in the fight trying to find love. And some people will say, well, you sing about love, but you have yet to find it. Oh, it'll come eventually,
Yeah,
but I know what it should feel like. I'm taking my time, but every day I'm inspired. I'm inspired by people. I'm inspired by the messages I receive, knowing that I'm putting out a positive message. So I'm just trying to stay on the trajectory that I'm on so that I can continue to spread love and uplift people.
right. And that's definitely what you've been able to do. When it comes to the live performance, I know you've been doing that as well. Jay, talk to us about that feeling, because for those of us who are not artists, we cannot relate to what that's like for you guys. We hear an album, of course, when we buy it, we hear a song on the radio. But what is it like for you to be in front of an audience and to be able to feel that energy coming back at you?
I mean, it's definitely one of those experiences that you would just have to experience yourself being on stage. But for me personally, it's just like an overwhelming, not overwhelming, it's just it lets me know I'm doing something right. When
Right.
I see that people are receptive to what I'm doing and the reactions on their faces, it lets me know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be. So, it's a part of my career. It's something that I love to do. But to know that people enjoy seeing me in person, it makes it 1,000 times better. So I wouldn't change it.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mentioned at the beginning of this conversation, of course, you've had a great year. Now you have some great things that are coming up. You're getting shown a lot of love all over the place. What are you most looking forward to, Jay, as we're wrapping up this year?
Uh, I'm mostly looking forward to maintaining this number one song that I currently have, which is "My Whole Heart," my new single, as you so eloquently stated.
Mhm.
That is my new single, and we are now number one for the second week in a row on the R&B Billboard chart. So that is a major blessing.
Right.
I'm praying that I get Grammy nominated.
Okay.
Hopefully that happens. I'm speaking into existence, but I'm just looking forward to putting out more music. I have another single coming after this, which will probably be Morning After, which is on my album, or it might be Waitlist featuring my boy Kevin Ross. Depends. But I'm just looking forward to just spreading love and getting back out here on the road and constantly doing shows and touring and just ultimately staying in the game.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, if you guys have not picked up The Art of Making Love, make sure you guys do it. Of course, our partner here is Amazon Music. You can get it at all your favorite streaming sites. So, also, of course, the single, make sure you guys continue to request it at your favorite station, My Whole Heart. You heard Jay Brown mention it here. Jay, really appreciate the time, man. How can our audience stay connected with you?
Thank you. I appreciate your time as well. If you guys want to stay up to date on everything I have going on, you can easily follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is at J, the letter J, my last name Brown, music only. Also, you can check out my website. That is jbrownmusiconly.com. My TikTok is jbrown313. So follow me. I'll follow you back. If you're an aspiring artist, DM me your music links. I'll download your music because I'm all
Mm,
about supporting. So yeah,
awesome.
let's stay connected.
All right, Jay, man. Congratulations again. Looking forward to our next chat together, man.
Hey, congratulations to you as well. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate that. And we thank your audience for tuning into this episode of Conversations Live in Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying thank you all for listening and watching. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right.